My name is Professor Kabir Ahmad Abu Bilal. I am Professor of Electronics and Telecommunications Engineering here in Ahmad Bello University Zaria. And I have my first degree in Electrical Engineering, my second degree MSc also in Electrical Engineering, and I have my PhD, that's the terminal degree, also from Electrical Engineering, but with specialization in Electronics Engineering and Mechatronics discipline.
And you are a current lecturer?
I am currently a lecturer in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunications with the rank of a professor.
Professor, how do you come up with a handwork, most especially crafting in this field after you are in high ranking in education?
Well, you know, they said always when you have two alternatives, it is always better than one. Two good heads are better than one. Yes, I have reached the peak level of academic position, that's professor. But nevertheless, as a human being, I know that I have my own area of interest. Because the reason why I even go for engineering is because I want to see myself manufacturing, fabricating things. But when I went there, unfortunately, most of what we do is theory as a student. But nevertheless, that my zeal for construction, for fabrication has never died. So we have a mechanical workshop in my department. That was electrical engineering. So that is where I started my fabrication works, where I have all machines, welding machines, lathe machine, and everything, drilling machines. So later, they said we should leave because we were using the electricity of the university for our personal businesses instead of for those people to call us and collaborate with us. But they said no. So that's why we say, oh, I already have the talent, I have the technique, and I want to get an extra source of income. I don't want to be dependent on salary. So that is why I said, let me come outside and improve this business. And alhamdulillah, I am progressing.
During your undergraduate up to before you come to professor,
yes.
Are you doing this work or after you've been into university? Then you start?
Yes, it is after I became lecturer in the university. During my undergraduate days, we go for practicals, but you know that one is not enough. But I told you already I have the interest. So when I became lecturer, before I become professor, I went to my mechanical workshop in the department and I do these fabrications. And it is from there that I specialize, I develop, I learn from my technologies. Let me tell you one thing. They call me lecturer, a senior to them, but nevertheless, they are the ones that know how to do the welding, how to operate the lathe machines and what have you, and I learned from them. Therefore, you can learn from anybody. So I perfected myself in my mechanical workshop in the department, and later I now commercialize it.
How do you rate the other lecturer, not even the lecturer, sir? The education elite that thinking of is not time for them to go and learn work or to do a handwork.
It's very unfortunate of them. It's very unfortunate. And many of them have learned their lesson. And I believe you can remember in the year 2022, I think, yes, 2022, they also went on strike. And during the Muhammad Buhari administration, and he withheld the salary for 8 months. And many of them were crying. Some were selling their vehicles, some were even selling landed properties to get something to eat. But I am here working, making my money clean. And many of them come here for help, and I generously help them.
As nowadays, people are thinking the moment they went to school, they don't have a time to come and do such kind of works.
That is very bad idea. They are deceiving themselves, in short. Go out and learn something. I told you I perfected this thing when I was a lecturer. I am lecturing and I'm at the same time learning this thing until when I can do it myself. I'm teaching other people. So even if you are a student or if you are a staff in any place, you have some break times over the weekends or even when you close from the office, you can go and learn something. You can always improve yourself in one way or another. You always have time. Don't ever tell yourself that there is no time. That is self-deception.
How do you encourage your students, most especially you are on that field and you are in education field?
I'm telling you, my students so much love me because they are surprised when they see me working. They know when I enter class, they know the kind of teaching I give them. I'm not praising myself, but go and ask my students. They know who I am in terms of academic teaching. But nevertheless, I will come to workshop, welding, cutting things with hacksaw, and doing other things. So many of them take interest and they even visit me in the workshop. Some are even joining me in order to learn before they graduate. So I'm telling you, I serve as a role model to many of my students.
As a professor, are you planning to go for a Germany or for a China, most especially where they are creating such things, most especially machines that can do different things?
You know, Nigeria is my Germany, Nigeria is my America and England. All I want to do is to, by the grace of God, get money to buy sophisticated machines that will improve my fabrication work here. But I'm not going to anywhere. I am here in Nigeria.
Just to learn?
Well, I can go there maybe for training for some time and come back. But to Japan, as some of the people are saying, to leave the country and go and benefit another country, I will never do that. I am here in Nigeria, but if I have the opportunity, I can go and learn something from somewhere to come and put it in practice here.
From nowadays, how many people have been learning under you?
Well, I can tell you that there are so many people that have learned this business from me. As at the time now, I have more than 10 apprentices, and some have already finished and they are on their own. Many. I cannot even tell you the number.
What is your plan now for the next?
My plan is to improve this fabrication business in such a way that many of the machines that our small and medium businesses go to China to purchase, they can purchase it from us. That is our plan, and that is why we are trying to acquire some of the working machines that will perfect our fabrication.
You are a professor on your field.
Yes.
Do you think you can even improve your write-up, most especially to the federal government, that can help those people, like many people like you, in order to help the young ones in helping them?
I wish I would be given opportunity to meet the people in authority. I can convince them that this is the way out, because the current government is saying that they want to create jobs. If they want to create jobs, it is people like us that they should come and empower. Because if they empower me, I'm going to employ many people, train them, give them skills, they'll go and open their businesses and they will employ others. And in this way, you see that the rates of unemployment will be drastically reducing. So if I have any means of meeting the government officials, I will convince them that people like me should be encouraged by giving them capital and working equipment so that we can train the young generation so that they can have their own business to do.
In field of government work, do you have friends that have ideas like you?
There are so many, I'm telling you.
And are you sharing ideas with them?
We are always together. It is only that now you didn't meet some of them. But this my workshop is a place where we take like a meeting point. I have so many people that are working and at the same time they are into this kind of fields. We share ideas. Most of my fabrications here, I can assure you, whenever I need an idea, I meet many of them and they help me.
On the field of creating and welding,
yes.
How many machines are you creating for?
Well, I have created so many machines, and I don't know, maybe your camera can capture this machine. It is a well drilling machine. We are going to be using it for drilling shallow boreholes, like 40, 50, 60 meters. It can drill perfectly, and I'm about to finish it. And by the side there, you can see a machine. We are going to be using it for producing compressed soil blocks. You understand? They are going to be used for construction, where they will be very stronger than the conventional cement blocks. And of course, I have fabricated what we call a scissor lift. It's a machine that you can use to carry people or to carry working equipment to certain height, 10 meters, 20 meters, to work in construction site. And apart from that, we are working on fabricating some agricultural machines. And of course, I even fabricated a machine for flour milling for bakeries. And also, I fabricated so many other machines for irrigation and what have you. We fabricated many machines.
In Nigeria, we are facing a problem of lights.
Yes.
And people are using lights and diesel. Are you planning to collaborate with other engineers as a friend to come and make some construction for you that you left behind the petrol and left behind lights?
Well, there is possibility, but as I told you, you always need empowerment, particularly from government, because what you are talking about is called research, and research requires funding. So if the government will fund, I assure you, Nigerian engineers can do everything. There is no anybody, either from Britain or America or China, that is brighter than us. We are very bright, but we need support from government. So in the field of energy, to replace the electricity or to replace petroleum, we can do it. And even at the present, my welding machine, the generator, I don't use petrol. I use LPG, that's liquefied petroleum gas, to power it, and I'm the one that did the combustion myself.